My life? Extraordinary? I should say not. I'm what you'd call a run-of-the-mill, Nobel-winning bioarchaeologist/fashion guru with a penchant for solving unsolvable mathematical conundrums while skydiving near my private chalet. On the moon. I like my privacy. There's just one small obstacle, one eensy-weensy thing getting in my way. Reality.
Yo, Phil, once my video wasn't viral, none of this will matter anymore.
Yeah.
I could get a job and save for college or university, or I guess I could join the military.
I can just get a job, get married, and have kids. I won't have to choose.
Head's school, tail's job. School.
Whatever. I'm moving to Hollywood.
So for the moment, I'm a high school senior navigating through life. No mean feat when you're packed like a sardine in a guidance room full of people, all asking the same question. Good thing I carry this. I don't know why everybody doesn't have one. If I can pay you the compliment of being blunt, I think most of us are asking the wrong question. This isn't about what you want to do next. It's about what you want to do with your life. So I'm thinking, why not pick your destination first, then decide how you're going to get there? You mind a little free advice? Have a look around. Visualize. Not just the career you want, but the life you want. Find someone living the life you might like for yourself, and find out how they got there. You might be surprised. Allow me to demonstrate.
This industry has been, for me, nothing but fantastic.
Meet Giuliano Manazzoni. He manages three offices in Toronto. He's responsible for more than 150 people. He loves his job. And what's his business? Insurance. No kidding. I know what you're thinking. Insurance? Do people really come into the world imagining themselves in insurance? For Giuliano, a career in insurance is a perfect fit. Thank you for asking. Especially working for a company that values a balance between work life and home life. There are tons of opportunities. And the money?
It gets better and better from a financial standpoint.
Okay, so how does a guy get himself into a career like this? Whoa. So he's the guy who took insurance in college? And dare I ask, why college?
The great thing about Mohawk was that I had the ability to major in insurance and learn about insurance. Not only that, it gave me the opportunity to network while I was in school.
No cubicle, no pocket protector. He's always meeting new people. The money and potential are great. What else?
A lot of opportunity out west and out east. There's also opportunity to travel doing the job. There's opportunity right across Canada.
Maybe this whole insurance career thing is ripe for a rethink. Who else is doing cool stuff out there?
Christine Wonch, it's W-Y-O-N-C-H. Christine with a C.
Christine Wonch, that's with a C, has no ordinary government job. She licenses wireless transmissions and troubleshoots signal conflicts. She's mobile, independent, and her work is different every day. And with the explosion of wireless technology, demand for careers like hers is growing in frequency. Christine with a C started in university, but switched to college. What program, she wonders aloud. Would it kill these people to put a little zip into the program names? Seems Christine with a C started in university, but didn't like it. So
It was my dad who suggested that I go into college, and he suggested the Electronics Engineering Technology program. I kind of wrinkled my nose at it at first because I really didn't understand what it was all about. But I went humoring him to check it out and thought, hey, this stuff is really cool that they get to do. And I didn't realize the wide breadth of what you can do with that education. There are so many different avenues available that you can go into. So that was sort of what got me into it in the first place. And then once I was into it, it ended up being the best decision I ever made.
Hold the phone. I'll grant you, it's not the life you'd expect to get out of something called an electronics technology engineering program. Now, suppose I want a life that takes me everywhere, from my home office.
A really great day would begin with a smile and end with a smile while I'm working with my customers, while I'm solving their problems.
Through his company, Damien Steen serves 4 major corporations in Canada and the US. He helps them manage millions of documents, and he does it all from the proverbial comfort of his home.
To be able to work from home, it takes away the stress of having to drive into work and allows me to have my mind more focused on the job at hand. It also allows me to be close to my family as well.
Okay, great job, great lifestyle, potential, future, and all that stuff. So how did you get into a job where your morning commute is to take 30 steps from your kitchen? That's it? Software engineering? One thing you notice about Damien's home office? It's completely bereft of cubicles.
I don't per se want to work in a cubicle hands down. Some people may like that, being independent to do their work that way. But I had another co-op experience where I was actually able to make a lot of decisions on my own and even travel between different offices and meet with people and discuss technology and make decisions together. And I found, the two, I gravitated more to the one where I work with people but still get to use the technology.
And it all began with a college course that a lot of people haven't even thought about.
The skills and the desire to solve problems and use technical skills was instilled through my time at Mohawk College, and also how to think critically. That was one of the most key things I learned at Mohawk. And I'll say real shortly too that in our field, the technology field, there's so much to learn all the time. Mohawk taught me how to learn and how to work with technology.
You put a nondescript seed into the ground, and it can grow and blossom into something beautiful. You choose a college course that a lot of people overlook, and you end up being here.
I think that if young people understood what it is we do, they would be quite anxious to line up at the door and try to get in.
Glenn Gibson's career is rooted in a time when college was a second choice to university. Today, he's a senior executive at Crawford & Company, a firm that does more than $1 billion in business each year. It's a job that takes him right smack into the day's headlines.
Everything that's sitting on that front page of your newspaper falls in our lap.
He's talking major recalls, earthquakes, tornadoes, oil spills, major lawsuits, forest fires, and in the middle of all of that, it's a very human job.
It's tough for me to convey the feelings of going to someone's home and you're in the middle of the worst thing that could happen to them in their lives. Their house is destroyed and they're devastated, and your function as the adjuster is, you have to lead them through this mess and into their new home, the new things they get to replace. And there's nothing more satisfying than doing that.
So how, you ask, does someone get into a top-level career in a $32 billion industry right in the thick of today's headlines? Seems Glenn Gibson started it in insurance. Again with the insurance. Confession time. If you had told me you were in the insurance business, I would have... Okay, but that was then.
I took the course, I started enjoying it, and then at the ripe old age of 20, I got a job as an adjuster trainee with an insurance company. What I liked about it was I wasn't tied to a desk. I was investigating accidents, I was investigating fire losses, I was developing skills to negotiate with lawyers. I was in the middle of something where every day I went to work, I was doing something different.
Okay, memo to me. It seems at times we are slaves to our own preconceived notions. Of course, it wouldn't hurt if they stopped calling it insurance and gave it a name that described the career a little better. Can we get somebody on that already? Let's see what else is out there.
Our company is just exploding right now. For instance, we've hired over 100 people in the last year.
That's Ryan Glaves. He's with a firm called L3 Westcam, and he's not kidding. His company makes stabilized cameras used for surveillance in NATO countries and in Iraq and Afghanistan. In the post 9/11 world, his is one of the hottest tickets in the working world. But don't take his word for it.
We hire about 50% of our new employees from colleges and universities right out of school.
All right, I'll play along. How does someone end up in Ryan Glaves' shoes? I speak metaphorically, of course. Whoa, another program that sounds like a big econo can of interesting repellent? But when you talk to Ryan Glaves, you learn that it leads to one of the coolest, fastest growing industries on the planet. And we're talking the whole planet.
I've got to travel all over the world. I've been in Asia, I've been in Europe, I've been in the Middle East, of course North America, Australia, places like that. So places that, you buy a $3,000 airline ticket. Basically, I'm going for free, however I'm working, but it's part of the experience.
So if you want to work in France or Australia or the UK or wherever, we've probably got a place there that people can go.
That's been an awesome opportunity, and I wouldn't have been able to do that unless I took the photonics program at Niagara.
So I, for one, am ready to rethink this whole what's next thing. After all, it's about more than a career. It's about a life. And you can have a pretty amazing life for yourself if you're willing to take the path less traveled.